Hello and welcome everyone. Recently I shared with you a screenshot here on my YouTube channel, and just now a friend of mine asked me for a few tips on rushing light nights. I recently hit my personal record for a light night rush in under 13 minutes and 46 seconds. Fortunately I was recording, so I can now show you the build order, timing and what I do and why I do it, for you to see and learn a strategy. Alright, there we go. We start producing workers right away. And we take our workers to build a house first, then a warehouse next to the berries. The luck we have here is that the warehouse will be placed next to metal, and the first worker that comes out will start building houses. And yeah, because we used our food workers to build the house and then the warehouse, we might be capped here, yeah, for a little moment. Food-wise, to produce more workers, which is unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. It's not really long. It's not very dramatic. So the first worker that comes out of the altar will continue to produce houses, build houses perfectly until you have at least 30 population. I typically go to around 33, 36, and by the end of Stone Age, I would usually have between 11 and 12 houses. We also built the stone cutter, and yeah, as I said, between 33, 36 population, I start building the temple. And we do get the warehouse upgrade that increases our wood gathering rate for our workers. I usually start that when I have around 130, 140 food. I click my warehouse and give them the upgrade. Yeah, I hope you're not wondering. Yeah, like right now I do it. And we also take the berry upgrade. It's not super important, I think, but it can be helpful if berries is what you're mostly going to take. If you have fish, cows, anything like that, maybe some deer that you killed with your bulwark at the start, then you don't really need it. Yeah, and as I said, if you're wondering why I'm hiding the chat, that's because one of my teammates was kind of toxic in the chat for no reason, and well, I don't want to start a witch hunt. I don't want to share this kind of content on my YouTube channel. People come here to have a good time, and I can do my part to make sure of it, but so that everyone can have a good time in the future, the person, well, I will report him, obviously, to keep the community clean and friendly towards everyone. Now, we have a bit of a boring part going on here. We are building houses, and we are at 36 population as I mentioned before, so I will start building my temple now with a couple workers that I will take in a moment. Meanwhile, I'm building more houses, and I'm just checking, just making sure. Okay, so we have one copper very close to our spawn. Then we have this iron here at the wood line, and I'm also checking on my allies to see what they're doing, to see how experienced they are, and optimally calculate how hard I will have to carry. So, we're at 42 population now. Well, it's a bit unusual. We'll go up to 45. It's not that important. And then we will build the temple, and we will also build the second warehouse, which is an option. It's an alternative. If you don't find a second metal close by, you can just build a second warehouse on the opposite side of that metal. So you can have around 25 workers on metal, 12 to 13 on each side is good. And then we go back to, yeah, of course, as soon as the temple is built, we start going to Bronze Age of Europe. And yeah, we're going to get another warehouse down here. And we will start sending more workers and food now. That I take from the woodline here, of course. Okay, my friend has some mammoths in his base. Not so nice to have, but well, can't help with that right now. And theoretically here you can see that I could be gathering fish. So I do that. And it's very nice for the food income to convert, to upgrade as many of your workers as possible into Bronze Age workers. Because for this strategy, most importantly, you will need Bronze Age workers. And well, there's a few things where Stone Age workers can make sense. Now we're getting a little close with the population space, so I'm building one more house. But that makes rather sense when you have a lot of meat together. Let's say you you kill a lot of deer around your base. In that case, it makes sense to keep a few Stone Age workers up until up until the medieval era. Rather late Iron. Okay, when we're in the next era, we immediately start producing more workers. Very important. We upgrade our warehouses, as that will increase our resource income through the bonus. And I'm upgrading my fishing workers because fishers, like Bronze Age workers, are better fishers. And one of the reasons they're better fishers is because they have a higher range towards fishing, which maybe you will see in a moment here. I'm upgrading all my workers that were gathering food now that I'm finished with the berries. And I will probably build a farm here right into the middle of my houses, where I'm also close to my bulwarks. So when I upgrade that, first the fishing thing. When you do have fish, always take fish. Okay, that's #1 rule. That counts. So like everyone and everything, unless you want to go Western Asia. Then fishing is still good, but it's not. You know, if you miss it, or if you leave the fish for your friends who are going Eastern Asia or Europe, even better. Okay, but because we're going Europe, fishing will be very useful. So we can skip a few workers that we don't need to produce from the town hall. The best thing is to save as much of your town hall's work time as you can. So less workers you need to produce, because you can build fishing boats that are even more efficient when it comes to gathering food, the better, you know. One fishing boat is like takes 2 populations, so it's probably as efficient as 3 workers, 2.5 maybe minimum. And yeah, so now I'm good on food, so I'm putting more workers on wood. I have not put any workers on metal yet. Reason being, we don't want to upgrade into the Iron Age right away. We want to get the population upgrade that we're getting right now. And yeah, and then we want to start building stables. So the position here is really not perfect, but as long as you get them out somehow, as long as they can get away, have a way to get to the front line, everything's fine, you know. And when the population upgrade is done, we also get the Iron Age upgrade. Of course, we advance to the Iron Age as soon as possible after that. And when the stables are built, I'm sorry, yeah, a little delay, but it will not slow us down so much. I think, yeah. Scouting some fish here. We'll have 3 fishing boats in total, which is great, but not, yeah, you know, not killer, like 5 fishing boats. 5 fishing boats is the best you can do. In my opinion, or even theoretically 10, but then don't take that seriously right now. Anyway, if you can go for 5 fishing boats, that's great. And then to make sure, when all the stables are built, we go and send our workers on metal. We have scouted our enemies, so there's 1 here at the front, 1 more at the back, and 2 more in the north. And we have a teammate who is already Maceman rushing. That's actually pretty decent timing, considering the path they had to travel. I think he's also going to take this enemy out. Quite unfortunate for me, because then I have less enemies where I can show you the light knights on, but yeah. So as soon as the stable is built, you left click the horsemen to start producing horsemen. And So typically you should have 1 horseman out of each stable or queued up in each stable by the time your 5 stables are placed. And as soon as that happens, all 5 stables are placed, you right click twice on, you select them all of course, and you right click on a horseman twice. That will queue 10 more horsemen, and you will not accidentally forget to queue a horseman, which happens to me sometimes, and then I'm standing there with only, like, let's say 9 horsemen, and I see, oh my god, I forgot to get more horsemen. And even worse, maybe I built more workers, so I already have the population, so I have to go to war with like 14 horsemen eventually, or 13. It's not great. Alright, we have managed to reach the Iron Age in 10 minutes and 24 seconds, and we immediately queue the medieval era now. Okay, yeah, as I said, the Maceman player in my team is finishing the enemy right here, who cannot come to repair in time. And yeah, I think some players upset in the chat probably. We will never know, we don't need to know really. And don't forget to get the slashing damage, the cutting damage upgrade in your forge, so that your light knights will start with 16 damage. Can be very important, especially when you want to destroy a player and he's counter repairing. 2 more damage on, let's say, 10 light knights at least that are touching the yeah, oh, I forgot to get, when you do fishing, you also do get the upgrade, the fishing boat upgrade in the docks for wood. It only costs wood, increases your food income. That's more workers you can take from the food and put on iron. Also, you always want to get, and that I do only that, the one upgrade in the warehouse in the Iron Age is the iron income upgrade. Because in such a, well, undeveloped era, gathering metal, it's very slow, okay? But if you get the Iron Age upgrade for the metal gathering rate, then you can get away with it. You get the metal faster, you will need more metal typically than you can gather, even if you're working on 2 sources. Metal is most commonly the limiting factor when upgrading my light knights as soon as I have the stable upgraded to a medieval stable. So be sure to get the iron gathering upgrade. You don't need the wood upgrade. I would even recommend you to not get it, because wood is rarely a limiting factor for me, and it does cost you 100 metal, so that would like be a little counterproductive to your metal income. And of course, when you have your 15 horsemen, you start traveling with them to the front line. You don't want to upgrade them in your base. And now, under 30 minutes, we managed to get to the medieval era, and we immediately upgrade one of the stables now. Yeah, well, I'm saying immediately, but I forgot it, as you could see. A few seconds delayed. So I could have done it a little sooner even. But overall, everything's still going great. As you can see at my resources, I have a good amount of food, a very good amount of wood. I could even upgrade some houses right now. Not gonna do it. And now we're upgrading all the light knights at the same time. And 13 minutes 35, I think the upgrade takes 20 or 30 seconds. Not sure anymore. And now that we have the upgrade, we can take some workers off the iron, off the copper, off the metal gathering. And now it's 30 minutes 46 and we have 15 light knights. So what are we going to do? Well, there's only 2 enemies left. We're going to attack them, of course. Well, I guess you can assume that you can already tell this match is pretty much over. We're still taking a screenshot. I did, because I was still kind of proud. It was still good timing, even 14 minutes. And yeah. So as I said, you don't need more metal income after this moment in the game. Or you don't need a high metal income anymore. What you do need is food. As you can see, I'm kind of limited on food now. You don't get the farm upgrade because you're going Eastern Europe. When you go Eastern Europe, Just upgrading your workers will give you the same gathering rate as the farm upgrade would give you, but upgrading your workers only costs you food, and getting the farm upgrade will cost you 100 metal. I don't recommend it. So, as you can see, we built the stone cutter in the Stone Age, we upgraded it to a forge, we got the upgrade. We got 15 horsemen in the Bronze Age, with the population upgrade first, then we went to the Iron Age, and then we upgraded our Light Knights at the front line. We had a nice boost through 3 fishing boats, and the rest was just good economy management, I would say, even despite some mistakes here and there. But yeah, it still worked out in the end. I hope you could see what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Yeah, I will gladly always help, always answer when I can. Well, I showed you it can be done really quickly, but because I also made some mistakes, you can tell it can even be done a little faster than this. Thank you everybody for watching, and see you in the next one.